Regressing much further back in your life now, to your childhood,
Hmm.
what were the dreams and aspirations of Hossam Ramzy as a child? The first impulses and inspirations, and how do they compare with the current eventuality of the man whom has become one of the world's most accomplished and revered artists?
Well, first of all, I want to thank you very much for this compliment about how you perceive what and where I am. Going back to my childhood, without regressing too far, things can get dodgy here, okay? I heard music in my home because my mother was a great pianist and a great oud player and a fabulous singer. But she was only singing and playing and performing at home for us, for the family banquets. And I do come from a pretty rich family. My grandfather was a pasha, which is like, you would call it like a prince here, part of the royal family. And so were his brothers, and it was just like such a huge, big family to come from. And my mother played music as part of her artistic creativity. But to me, there was a different thought. I first heard the tabla, the Egyptian darbuk, dumbek, whatever you call it, it's a tabla for us, out in the street where there was a guy using the tabla to attract attention. He's a street seller. And he did dum dum rakatak dum rakatak rakadum dum rakatak dum rakatak. And that sound, I almost jumped out of our villa's balcony into the street. I was just a tiny little 3-year-old boy, and I wanted that. And I knew that this is what I wanted because I saw it on television. And when I heard it in the street, I thought, that's it. I must have it now. And there was one time I recall then a year, they bought the tabla for me. And within a couple of days, I broke the skin. And then they bought me bongos because they knew the skin was a bit harder. And then I wanted another tabla, and I got another tabla, and then one day we went to a family wedding where they brought a group of musicians into the house, and I sat right next to or behind the tabla player. And I recall that he asked me to move back a little bit or come and sit next to him, because when you sit right next to it, behind it, it kills the sound. But I love the sound, not coming from the front of the drum, but that which is coming out from the back. The sound of the touch of the fingers on the fish skin of the drum is a sound that I can only resemble to the heartbeat of one's own mother while you're in the womb. You know? Something so deeply emotionally moving that you can't but adore for my own ears. And in those moments, the personality and the decision was made that this is what I was going to do. This is my line in life. And I am a very, very, very determined, even as a child, a very determined person. Once I decide a yes, it is a yes. Once I decide a no, it is absolutely a no. And that decision was made right there and then. And it was just a matter of, okay, I have to live those years until I am that age, and I have to practice in that way until I'm that ability. And this is what I want to do. My parents put me in schools. My parents put me in classes. My mother really encouraged me with music. My father wanted me to get a regular, respectable, and good job.
They all do, don't they?
They all do. And I actually, I want the same for my children, It's not a bad thing to want to do this. And I used to get pretty frustrated with my father a long time ago, but now that I have my own children, I want to thank him for his love, for his respect of my life, that he wanted it protected and looked after, and as it is. So he did what he thought was right, and I totally appreciate that. But for me, going back as a child, my aspirations were to play music, to learn music, to be a musician, but it was all about skins, all about drums. I played the piano. I learned to play the piano. I'm not a piano player, but I learned the piano like you heard the music I played earlier on. That's me playing here. But I'm not a piano player. I can use the instrument to create my sounds. But anything that has got a skin stretched on it, I'm yours.
You could put that on a bumper sticker.
Oh yes, believe me, I do drum on very old things.